Women forgive but do not forget is a phrase that has circulated through cultures, often serving as a reflection of gender dynamics and perceptions of emotional resilience. But is this statement truly accurate? To explore this, we must delve into the complexities of forgiveness, memory, and the societal expectations placed on women. Forgiveness is often seen as a virtue, a noble act that allows individuals to release resentment and anger towards those who have wronged them. However, the idea that women forgive but do not forget introduces a nuanced layer to this concept. It suggests a dichotomy, implying that while forgiveness is granted, the memories of betrayal linger vividly. This brings us to an important question. Why is this perception associated predominantly with women? Historically, women have been positioned as the emotional caretakers in relationships. From early social structures, women were often expected to maintain harmony, forgive transgressions, and nurture relationships, while men were seen as the protectors and providers. This archetype creates a scenario where women's forgiveness is almost taken for granted. However, it also implies that women bear the emotional burden of remembrance, which plays into the stereotype that women are more emotional or sensitive. But let's consider this from a sociological perspective. The notion that women forgive but do not forget may stem from the way women process emotions. Research has shown that women are often more empathetic, which can lead them to forgive more readily than men. However, this doesn't mean that the act of forgiveness comes without a cost. For many women, remembering past grievances can serve as a form of self-protection, a way to learn from experiences and avoid repeating painful patterns. Conversely, this perception can also be damaging. It perpetuates the stereotype that women are inherently vengeful or unable to fully release their grievances. Such generalizations can lead to misunderstandings in relationships, where men may feel that women are holding onto grudges rather than recognizing the complexities of emotional processing. This raises another question. How do men view forgiveness? For many men, the concept of forgiveness might be approached differently. Traditional masculine norms often discourage vulnerability and emotional expression. Men may opt for a more pragmatic approach to conflict resolution, focusing on moving on rather than reflecting on past hurts. This difference in processing can create tension in relationships where one partner seeks closure through conversation, while the other prefers to leave the past behind. As we explore the dynamics of forgiveness further, it's important to consider the historical context. Women have often been subjected to societal pressures that dictate their emotional responses. For centuries, women were often seen as the weaker gender, expected to be forgiving and nurturing. This societal expectation can lead to a form of internalized pressure, where women feel compelled to forgive even when they may not genuinely want to. Moreover, the ramifications of this dynamic can extend beyond personal relationships into wider societal implications. Women's narratives around forgiveness are often shaped by cultural norms. In some cultures, a woman who does not forgive may be viewed as bitter or unyielding, while a forgiving woman may be celebrated, regardless of whether her feelings are fully processed. This creates a complex interplay between societal expectations and personal emotional health. Let's also consider the psychological aspect of forgiveness and memory. Cognitive psychology suggests that memory is not a perfect recording of events, but rather a reconstructive process. When women forgive, they might alter their recollections of the event to lessen emotional pain. However, the core feelings associated with that memory often remain intact. This means that while they may outwardly express forgiveness, the emotional scars can persist, leading to the idea that women forgive but do not forget. This brings us to the concept of healing. Forgiveness can be a significant step towards healing, but it is not the end of the journey. Women, like all individuals, may need to process their emotions fully before they can genuinely move on. This involves acknowledging pain, expressing feelings, and sometimes seeking closure through dialogue. It's also crucial to recognize that not all women will have the same experience with forgiveness. Some may find it easier to let go, while others may struggle. Factors such as personal history, trauma, and individual coping mechanisms play a vital role in how forgiveness is approached. Therefore, Generalizing women's experiences can be misleading and reductive. Now, let's turn our attention to the idea of emotional labor. Women often engage in emotional labor, managing not only their own emotions, but also those of others. This can make the act of forgiveness more complicated. When a woman forgives, she may also feel the weight of societal expectations to move on and be the bigger person, which can lead to internal conflict. In relationships, this dynamic can create patterns where women feel they must continually forgive, without sufficient acknowledgement of their own needs and feelings. This raises an important point. Forgiveness should not come at the expense of one's emotional well-being. Healthy relationships require mutual understanding and respect, where both partners can express their feelings and work through conflicts together. So, what does this mean for men and women in modern relationships? Understanding the nuances of forgiveness can foster healthier interactions. Open communication about feelings and expectations can help bridge the gap between different emotional processing styles. Encouraging discussions around forgiveness can lead to greater empathy and understanding, allowing both partners to support each other's emotional journeys. As we reflect on the phrase, "women forgive but do not forget," it's essential to challenge its implications. While it may hold some truth for certain experiences, it should not be a blanket statement applied to all women. Each individual's journey with forgiveness is unique, shaped by personal experiences, societal norms, and emotional resilience. To foster a more comprehensive understanding of forgiveness in relationships, we must invite dialogue. How do you view forgiveness in your own life? Have you ever felt pressured to forgive someone when you weren't ready? Or perhaps you've experienced the opposite, where someone struggled to forgive you. The conversation around forgiveness is crucial, not just for women, but for everyone. It encourages us to reflect on our emotional processes and consider how we can create environments where forgiveness is not only possible, but also healthy. In conclusion, the idea that women forgive but do not forget invites us to explore the complexities of emotional resilience, societal expectations, and personal experiences. By recognizing the diverse experiences of women and engaging in meaningful conversations about forgiveness, we can cultivate deeper understanding and empathy in our relationships. As we continue to explore these themes, we invite you to share your thoughts. What has your experience been with forgiveness? Do you think there's truth to the saying? How can we create a more supportive dialogue around these issues? Join us in the comments below as we delve deeper into this important discussion. Thank you for being part of this exploration on silk masks.